Hello everybody, Cedric and Cedric here, CRWC, and we will be reviewing AEW Dynamite, their 200th episode. And this opens up with a tag match. It's Chris Jericho and Konosuke Takeshita versus Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara. I forgot about this match, as oddly as it is. And the fact that it was even going on first, I was like, okay, either it's going to be a good match or it's going to be a bad match. And, there's no middle ground when it comes to AEW. It's really not any middle ground. So, look, we're going to go ahead and crack into this. So, not many notes taken. It's not a pay-per-view, and we want to just kind of get through this. Garcia's dancing, it annoyed Jericho, but it was beloved by the fans. And I want to say something first. Jericho, he comes out to his music, and I'm thinking, I swear the last time he came out, he said, cut my music off, you're not going to sing it, and you'll never be able to sing it again.
Something like that.
Okay.
We were getting confused with Jungle Boy, who said the same thing.
Yeah, they sort of kind of mix
messages.
Yeah. So at one juncture, Takeshita got a 1-foot pin on Garcia, mocking him with his kind of dancing. Can't do it well, and the crowd was chanting, "You can't dance," which didn't matter anyway to him. And later, Jericho sets up for the Asai moonsault, and Garcia had to get into position, but Jericho's knees come across his ribs and upper thigh area. Jericho sells as if he landed on Garcia, who elevated his knees a bit late.
Yeah, because he wasn't in position. He was still mid-sliding. Yeah. He wasn't on his back. He was leaning to the left, and he got nailed by Jericho's knees.
I'm like, man, the wrong person is selling the move now.
He got nailed like when Jeff Hardy lands on somebody.
Yeah, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. When Jeff had first arrived, he was doing those swantons and landing full fludge on their body. You remember that?
Yes.
I'd be like, nah, you ain't jumping on me, bro. So
I think Jeff needs glasses, but
he might.
Or he might be wearing them, but you can't wear glasses to the ring.
Nah, I think he look cool in glasses. Guevara, he does a diving shooting star press, landing with a legit elbow into the face of Takeshita, and he was feeling that for the rest of the match.
Mm-hmm.
Garcia tried to apply the Scorpion Deathlock, but then Callis nailed him with the bat. Jericho sees it, looks confused, not so sure how to feel, and then Callis talks to him. He's arguing. Jericho's like, I don't understand, but then Jericho eventually just pins Garcia, hooking the leg, got the easy win. And I'm like, okay, all right. They go to break, come back. Renee Paquette catches up with Jericho in the hallway when Matt Menard meets Jericho, and he says that the JS will have a mandatory meeting, and then Jericho walks the way he came in.
No, he says JS has next week having a mandatory meeting. You'll be there, and walks off.
See, I'm just skimming over stuff, everybody, okay? I'm just skimming. Because this whole JAS thing just isn't working for me. Jericho has clearly decided to split his attention. And once the attention is split, that means your side has lost favor, and you are the Jericho Appreciation Society. And since the one that it's all about isn't appreciating the society that appreciates him, then there's no need for the society. So it's just disband.
Yeah, I'm like, why are y'all fighting? Jericho is leaving JAS, so forget it. Y'all can just, if you really want to stay together, change your name.
I think Jericho's reading the room right now. Like, what should I do? If I stay with them, it'll be a babyface move. If I go with Callis, it'll be a heel move. And right now, I don't know if you noticed this, but the crowd is sort of dead when it comes to Jericho.
Yep.
They ain't even really sing his song today.
Mm-mm.
So I think he's just trying to read the room, because Jericho will latch on to popularity and try to puff himself up.
Sounds like a leech.
Yeah. So.
Or worse than that, a tick.
He's the coattail rider that tries to take credit for wearing the coat.
So he's a tick.
Yeah. And ticks can fly now.
Oh, fuck.
I read that. I said, oh, no, man. What in the world?
Now, why are ticks evolving and being able to do this? And we're stuck grounded.
Because we hate each other to move forward. There you go.
So ticks like each other to move forward? No.
Ticks ain't fighting each other.
They got nothing to do with interspecies camaraderie, man.
Ticks don't fight each other.
We don't know that. They could have Saturday night tick fights and we would never know.
That's right. They keep... Hey, look, they ain't gonna fight in front of company. That ain't happening. As soon as we humans go outside, be like, hey, stop, break it up. And it just kind of look like nothing's happening. And then once we go somewhere, they be like, all right, y'all, put it back on. That's what they do. Ticks, they smart. That's why they're still around. It sucks. So next we got Tony Schiavone interviewing Jack Perry. Jack, he says he gave Jerry Lynn a week to get prepared. Now it's time for him to take the beating like a man.
Yeah.
So Jerry comes out and he says that with so many screws and plates in him, no doctor would allow him to get in the ring anyway, and plus him coming down there and whooping up on him would be nothing short of child abuse. And that was funny. That was funny, and that spoke volumes. And you could see Jack Perry. Look, I don't care how much of a jerk he's trying to be, but when zingers like that hit, when people get an expression about him, you could see the 13-year-old kid in him come out like, man, I'm sorry. Don't do that. Don't be mad. You can see it. I'm like, Barry, put on your big boy pants, man. Look that you're annoyed. Don't look like Dad just called me a punk in front of my friends. They can't do nothing about it. You don't do that. Like your mom just come out and slap you in front of your friends and everybody's like, oh man.
You have to be a big boy to wear big boy pants.
Yeah, bow up or something. You as big as he is, man. Go you can say something.
Not really.
Yeah. A little something.
No.
So, you're not gonna let him get anything, huh?
Nope, not a bit.
And Jerry says that, he has a friend from ECW that would love to get in the ring and fight him. And the crowd chants RVD, and then the music hit, and he comes out to a massive ovation.
Yes.
This crowd, oh my goodness.
Because there is nobody else that they could have brought out from ECW that anybody gives a great damn about.
Well, first, it was already leaked that RVD was going to be there, and Rob Van Dam had already spoke to a few people about Tony Khan contacting him and stuff. But I will be honest with you. Going on ECW, I'm going to tell you who they could have brought out. Sandman. Sandman ain't about big moves and stuff like that. Sandman is about whooping somebody's brakes off and rolling them down the street. I like that. And honestly, that's exactly what you would like to see happen to Jack Perry. Someone just whoop the brakes off of him. What?
I don't know.
And look, let's keep it. Look. We know what most likely might happen. All right. Look, Hook ain't around, right? Rob Van Dam, he shows up, right?
Yeah.
So what most likely gonna happen?
I don't know.
They're gonna work up something where Rob loses, something happens, Taz gotta help, and then he's gonna fight Taz. Something's gonna happen with Taz. Hooker's gonna come in and help Taz, or he's gonna turn on his dad because it seems like, Tony Khan is trying to do the WWE Attitude Era mindless drama. Everyone turning on everyone and then and all that because, betrayal is the ultimate moneymaker and all that stuff.
I hope none of that happens. Absolutely, positively none of that. I hope the very least that happens, they wrestle, Perry tries to cheat, Hook runs in, stops him, bang, bang, boom, RVD becomes the champion. That's all that needs to happen. Leave Taz where he is. He old. Let him stay where he is.
Jack leaves the ring, and when Rob turns to talk to Jerry Lynn, Jack comes in from behind with a chair, misses the swing. Rob throws a nice jumping, spinning back hook kick.
It was beautiful.
You know, you can see a little stutter step, but I've often seen that with RVD, even in his heyday and prime. So, like I said, and I wrote that without missing a beat, the crowd was into the whole thing the whole time.
He probably had to make sure he didn't hit him.
He probably did. Rob is, I'm going to tell you, if anything, Rob Van Dam is accurate.
He probably had to make sure he didn't hit him. Because that would have been oh so embarrassing.
Yep, if he had popped that chair and knocked it into him, he would have been KO'd. And look, the crowd felt this. Mm-hmm. This would have been a good sign-off for the whole event. This could have gone on last. Yes. This could have been the last thing and end on a high note, and it would have been worth it.
It would have been worth it.
Is Jack Perry worth it? No. But when you bring someone out like Rob Van Dam, it's worth it. You know? And I'm looking forward to it. The crowd was singing the song, Rob Van Dam's song. Mm-hmm. I'm like, they had to buy some licensing for that.
Chanting RVD.
And they were singing the heavy parts of the song, you know. And they was doing it so well. At first, you couldn't tell it was the crowd. And then you're like, wait a minute. That's louder. And it was synchronized.
Yep. They were there for it.
Those were some ECW fans.
I only have one question. We have to wait and see. You know my question is?
What?
Does he still have his booty?
Not the way he was walking.
We'll see.
No, not the way he was walking. He had. I was like, he's walking. He's almost. You know what? I'm gonna change what I said when we were just watching the show. He has that Christopher Daniels walk, that forward leaning walk. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I used to hear it be called the infant walk. So yeah, kids have them big old heads and they just can't help but lean forward.
Yep, and toddlers
trying to keep up with their head. So next,
you can still have a booty and walk crazy. Just saying.
Yeah, he could, but I don't know and I don't care.
I know you don't care.
I don't care. You know,
I'm the only one. I'm the only one checking for booties. No one's got one. Nobody.
But you're checking.
Nobody. Sad.
Next we get here it goes. The 3-way Sao Tome School of Anything Goes martial arts match.
If you know what that's from, you get an e-cookie.
It's Trent Beretta versus Penta El Zero Miedo versus Goon.
Not one booty among them.
Cedra skipped the whole thing, and I didn't stop him. Didn't even care. So the match ends with Trent pinning Penta after a DDT from Goon. Post-match, Goon took the orange punch and stumbled off like he was trying to do some jerky dance or something. Got to the floor and was like, well, everything's all right now.
Yep.
Then there's this mega brawl that's been happening and stuff. And Chuck says nothing got settled here, we're going to do the street fight on Rampage in the parking lot. And I'm like, nothing settled this. How is something going to settle that? That's just stupid. Not.
I guess, Bretta's mom's going to show up again.
Be like, you know what, everybody? We just showed you the whole clip of the parking lot brawl. We're going to do it again. It's like, why? Now you're trying to hot shot Rampage when you just need to shoot Rampage. So, after that, RVD says he's going to, next week, he's going to challenge for the FTW title. And he's like, and when I win, he talked about how he elevated titles when he won them and stuff. And I was like, okay, I like that RVD's talking with that confidence and stuff. And
then retire them.
Yep. I admit, I wish Sabu was there so he could say something. Sabu tried to get at him. I miss that combination. I really do. So next.
We miss any competent combination. Let's be honest about it.
True that. So next, MJF comes to the ring to talk. Epic babyface promo talking about abuse, social abuse, and mental health.
And bullying.
What?
And bullying.
Yep. That's what I said, abuse. Hey, name some non-bullying abuse.
I didn't say that it wasn't.
But he talked about it, and he was kind of turning knots in me, and I could feel the anger swelling, and he had the nervous shake. I was like, he's talking from some memory, And let's say what he's making up, let's say it's absolutely false. He put himself in that mental space to have it. So much appreciation for skill and or being open and whatnot. And he talked about, look, if you ever heard the song and understood Killing Me Softly, that's exactly where I was with MJF. I'm sitting here like, I'm just seeing, the white guy version of me in the ring.
Cook, if you're familiar with that song.
So, wow. And everything he said, I was like, yeah, I'm right there with you. Same thing, all of that stuff. And then he says that, I'm a scumbag. I'm always be a scumbag. He says, but you know what? I'm your scumbag. And I think the crowd was chanting,
you're our scumbag.
Okay, you're our scumbag. I thought he was saying he's our scumbag. Okay, you're our scumbag. And MJF calls out Adam Cole as his best friend, the person who taught him not to be afraid. MJF had to legitimately pull himself out of some things. I could see that. So that was pretty cool. Cole comes out with no music. Which was good.
No, none of that intro where he does all the crap in the ring. He always does that to come in and come out and talk. You got to see the whole kit and caboodle. Now he's gonna come out there and bump his gums. But luckily, we didn't get that. Thank you.
I wish you stopped hating.
What a friend MJF has in Jesus.
Good grief, woman.
Just like Jesus with a man bun. That's what he look like.
MJF says he won't give him a match for the Triple B. He's not going to give him a match. He wants to give him the match. Wembley Stadium, all in at the pay-per-view, and they hug it out. I was like, I love you, man. I love you too, bud, and all this, and it's great. And look, I listened to what Jim Cornette had said. Like, dude, grown men talk like this. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna lie. I thought to myself, dude, grow up, Cornette. Grow up. It's not a toxic nature like that anymore. What Jim Cornette wants, y'all gonna hate me on this, but the way Jim Cornette is talking about it, that's what you'll find in the right wing category of politics. That's them. Those are the ones that's like, what is a man? What is manly? And, it's like, honey, can we go out to eat today?
Hey, man. For all I care, they can hug it out in the ring. I love you, man. I love you too. Go back in the back, hop in the car, go to the hotel, and smash. It's all good.
Good grief, woman.
That I might pay to see.
Well, yeah, there are places you can go to pay to see something like that, but that's not what we're talking about right now. In the back, Roderick Strong is going crazy with rage with a neck brace on, just doing everything that should hurt his neck.
Everything.
And then the Kingdom come in and Matt Taven, because he's Matt Taven, he says, Adam Cole, always forgetting about his friends, huh? And then walk off.
Yep. Had a really cute short set on. It was the lavender.
Yeah, it was very cute.
It was.
Yeah. So.
Y'all know that Matt Taven does cute. Y'all know he does.
Yeah.
Cute and purple.
So, next is a trios match. The Elite versus Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh. Can I say this? You know what? No, I'm just going to burn through this and then talk.
I'll say it.
No.
It's like being served milk when you hate milk and every other beverage is dead.
That's what this match was?
Yeah.
So you don't like Jarrett Lethal and Singh?
They're fine. But they're not fine enough to be served milk for all eternity.
She hates milk, everybody. She won't eat cake. She won't have anything made with milk in it.
Oh, don't you BS. Once it's in cake and it's baked, it's not milk anymore.
It's still milk.
It don't taste like milk. You don't see white liquid in it.
Yeah. but you still ingest it.
Oh, give me
How
a
does
break.
it feel in you, Cedra?
It feels like cake.
I don't feel on cake, you know. I got you if I want to feel on something. I don't need no cake.
And I don't need no milk.
But you like it.
I do not like it.
Then you wouldn't put it in cake.
I don't put milk in cake.
You did last time. It's been some months, but
nope,
still.
No milk. Nope.
Anyway.
Sour cream.
Sour cream and cake?
Yes.
See, I blocked that out.
Block it out. You don't know. I put sour cream and cornbread. This is good. I'm like, I know it
Well,
is.
see, I know you do that. I just. Anyway, can we get over this?
If you like. I mean, you the one holding it up.
I don't get you. This is later on. This is how the match ends. Okay, we're going to talk about the other parts of the match. But Kenny tried to lift Singh up for the one-winged angel, but Dutt hit him from behind.
Should have got a damn hernia.
Yeah, you should have. Like you don't really get that dude up and do that. You know. Karen got on the apron and Cutler sprayed her in the face and she sold it well.
She did.
The Hardys come out to the ring and lay out Dutt and Cutler. Kenny stops Jarrett from using the guitar and Mox playing it. So
They didn't lay out Cutler.
I thought they got Cutler too.
No, they were helping out the
I saw Dutt fall out and I think I saw Okay. That was Matt Hardy beating Sanjay's head on the apron.
Yeah.
I saw a bald head and I just moved on, okay? I wasn't looking at clothes or nothing. I was like, he's deleting the hell out of somebody's head. So that's what I was thinking. Just deleting the hell out of somebody's head, but okay. So they was helping Cutler, Cutler, whichever, I don't know. So at that point, that's when, for some reason, Adam Page used to come out, buckshot lariat on Lethal. I'm like, why are y'all after them? Y'all making these heels look like baby faces.
Yes.
This is stupid.
Y'all need
Kenny
four whole extra people.
Yeah, Kenny hits his finish on Lethal, gets the pin.
Four whole extra people to get the pin.
Page announces the Elite re-signed with AEW. Nobody really was worried about it.
Nope.
Because if they were, classically, for 20 plus years now, if someone's under threat to leave, the crowd will be chanting, please don't go. They said nothing.
Nope. So,
Kenny says, you might see them on any of the shows under the AEW banner. I'm like, crap. Like, don't come to Collision.
Please.
Just don't. So look, my primary reason for looking at this match was to look at Satnam Singh. That was my primary goal. And I like Karen's outfit. Simple, but yet elaborate.
I like the long trench that Satnam Singh had on too.
Yeah, he's matching them.
It was the same as Jay and Jarrett's, but like mega.
That's a bed sheet to them.
Mega trench.
But he looked good though.
Yeah.
He's new. He's in the basics of learning. And as you pointed out, there's no one of substantial size that he could actually practice against.
Nope. Everybody's little.
So when he got in the ring against the Bucks and they had to play, cat and mouse, Satnam had to wait for cues, which was bad because the Bucks kind of go at 100 miles an hour. They got the cues. The people know what to do because they done wrestled them so much. So they're just on target, but Satnam was ahead of their timing, believe that or not. And he had to wait for them to drop kick him, which made it look bad.
He's ahead of their time because it takes him like 1 or 2 steps to do what they do in like 5.
Yep. And
the ring is not built for him, so he can get where he needs to be very quickly. If he actually ran, oh my goodness.
Yeah, if he ran, it would take him, I think, 1.5 steps to get to the other rope. He could clear it. If he actually ran, I think he'd get in 1 step. 1 step to clear the ring, another just to turn his body. But they did wrong with Satnam. They broke him down with all the foot jabs to the back of the legs and stuff like that, dropping him down, double super kick, and then he falls over. They shouldn't have done that. That buries him as a giant, as a big man. the way Darby Allin and him work together, they always do well. When Darby just bounces off his body and whatnot, the Bucks shouldn't have done that. They should have just tried to strike him and front ways. And if they do attack from behind, it shouldn't drop him. It should make him off balance and he lean on the ropes, but then he makes a small comeback, tags out. My legs got messed up. Let me tag out. That's what it should do. You make sure the big man don't drop or fall down or sell moves for you.
But not with the Young Bucks. They can defeat anyone with a super kick.
Yep. Good old foot jabs. So I was just watching Satnam Singh, and although he's still new and he's just in basics, he couldn't show any of that here. And it sucks, but like Big Bill is like, him and Lance Archer are the only ones that he could really go against and show some kind of big man match. But those are matches you build up.
Yes.
Big Bill right now, he is leaning towards being a baby face. And I think Lee Moriarty notices that, so he's stopping the crazy attacks that he would do. That's what I think is they're going to head to being a baby face. If so, eventually they might be able to build these two up and have them go against each other somewhere next year or something. That's if they keep training Satnam Singh. And you got Lethal and Jarrett training him, so you got the best right there. I ain't saying that they're equal up there with many of the best in ring psychology. There's plenty of veterans that he can talk to. So I really hope they just, I can't say learn from this, but turn him into a Collision guy.
That would be nice.
So that's what I'm hoping. So then our next match, this is so dumb. It's the Ring of Honor tag team titles are being defended on Dynamite. So there's no need to watch Ring of Honor to see the champions and see what they can do. And then their first title defense. Is it against a tag team? No. It's against Vikingo and the new guy, Commander. Because he's still new. He's still in training. He's just good at what he does, but he's still in training and he hasn't learned to fully work the American style. Did we watch this? No, because we knew what was going to happen. And Aussie Open should be a team. They don't even function the way they look. I can't remember. It's not Kyle Fletcher, but the other guy, the big dude.
Yeah.
Those two could be beautifully dominant, but they are indie mindset. So, they could have that level of glory that puts them in the tag team stratosphere unquestionably and make it so that you have to wonder if they are equal or better than FTR, but they're not going to do that. So we skipped this and we saw the sandwich lariat and then the Coriolis for the pin. There you go. They retained the titles that they weren't going to lose. So next is the main event, and it's the women's title match. It's Shida Hikaru versus Toni Storm. And you, in the beginning, Cedar said, I am so not interested in this.
I really wasn't interested.
Okay. Elaborate. Go. Speak. You're taking too much time.
Come on, bump your gums. Something to talk to you. Something.
Yeah, women got so much to say until it's time to talk. Why don't you... Ow! You're throwing Q-tips at me.
So, okay. These are like stars of the AEW women's division. And I got all kinds of issues with the AEW women's division. They just usually don't perform well. Their strikes don't look good. They tip across the ring. And then all of them got this mean girl thing. You're a loser. I hate you. You suck because, I'm just a bitch. I just hate it. Okay. And once you've been exposed to Athena wrestling on ROH, and then Athena versus Willow or Mercedes Martinez, it's like, y'all suck. If you all can't wrestle at that caliber, then I'm wasting my time. And that's how I felt. So we watched the match, and It was an AEW women's match.
Yeah. Sheeta took a long-winded beating that lasted through the break. So that was brutal. And then as they come back, Sheeta landed. I said it, well, they're back from break. They're showing the graphic. I said, so now we're going to see the counter or reversal. Mm-hmm. And, yep, running hip attack, turn around, German suplex. Then they did, a little bit later, a strike exchange where they waited forever for the other person to attack. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's boring and it's insulting, to be honest with you. The Outcast... Look, hold up. No, I'll say it afterwards. The Outcast tossed the kendo stick in the ring, and I was like, didn't y'all do this bit before?
Yes.
So Sheeta uses it on them instead of Toni Storm, who was telling her to do it so she'd get disqualified. Dang it, I was sitting there cleaning my glasses the whole time, and now I got a smudge on them from the cloth. I hate that. Storm, yeah. So she uses the kendo stick on them, which was good. Tosses it away, but she seemed like it was, power through association or something with the kendo stick. I suppose that's what they was doing. I can't use my glasses. This sucks. It's just blocking the blue light from the screen so your eyes don't get tired and hurt. But she did what? Oh, you gonna clean them? Cool. Yeah, I can read the rest. Ain't too much. Storm uses the spray while the referee's back was turned from getting the kendo stick out or something he was doing to pay attention to other people. And after that, she hit the Storm Zero, the pile driver, for a 2 count. And then after, they do some stuff, Sheeta gets the Rana hold, folding her over for a 3 count. And then red and silver confetti to help her celebrate. Which Cedra goes, wow, look at that. Oh, I wonder.
Who knew she was going to win? They switched them at the last minute.
Yep. It was it was supposed to be Toni Storm, but they went with Sheeta at the last second, So, because if Toni Storm won, then, it would have been different confetti. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just, look. You have got...
This is where it was before I messed them up.
They're clear.
No, they are not. They're smudgy. I'll deal.
Why not have Toni Storm keep it until Wembley? What was so wrong with that? If you really wanted Sheeta to have it, why not let her take it off her at Wembley? Why do it now? Nobody else lost their titles. You understand what I'm saying?
Sheeta, as you said, and they said she never defended in front of a crowd. So her first defense should be monumental, and her first defense will be at Wembley, because it'll be great then when they should have her win it there.
Yeah, she should have just held on, let them keep doing their mean girl stuff. She could have wrestled somebody else tonight. So what I'm gonna do to you, Sheeta? Loser, bitch, all the stuff that they do. And just drag it out with, all the in-ring, jumpings during the piss-poor women's matches. And then at Wembley, on August 27th, she could have won it then. And they would have had a great crowd reaction because they wouldn't really care whether it was good or not. We're at AEW here in London, so they would have been ecstatic.
Yes. Sheeta does not come across to me as a champion. I just can't see her as a champion. I just can't. Right now, I'm looking up WWE SummerSlam for this year because normally SummerSlam falls on the last Sunday in August and whatnot. Okay, so this will take place Saturday, August 5th. That's when SummerSlam is scheduled. And I'm on the wiki page right now. So they're not going to really be challenging WWE like that. But man, pay-per-view prices are up. So that could really hinder AEW. that can really hinder them when people say, I just spent all my money on WWE. I don't have any to spend on AEW. I got to pay these bills. You know, these wrestling companies act like people don't have bills to pay. But they'll feel it eventually because people start choosing bills over going to them super expensive shows. They're going to be like, well, how come the shows only got 50%? It's like, because you're trying to take 300%. You know, so something they're going to want to think about. They're going to want to think about it. The Outcast, I want to say this. Saraya is doing nothing.
They need to disband that. She is a waste. During
the break, the Outcast was the life of the party. They were all over the place. Tony had ripped the yellow and red extensions or streamers or something out of.
It was extensions. It was fake hair.
Yeah, it didn't even look like hair.
It was braided up.
Oh, okay. Ripped those out, threw them out the ring, and that's where Saraya stomped on them and started parading around with them, and they were getting the crowd. They was egging the crowd on Saraya and.
It was the other one. What's the other one's name?
Oh, it was Ruby Soho.
The Runaway. Yeah, she was stepping on them and she did something.
Okay, it was her that did it. They was getting the crowd. They was trying to get the crowd into it. They was working the crowd best that they could. I'm gonna give them that. They were working the crowd, trying to keep them excited and pump them up through the break and stuff. And they tried, but the crowd is like, we're just not thoroughly into this. And then when it was finally over, the crowd popped for the victory. Give it that. I think she'd have popped more. I'm like, you know you're going to win, but it's one thing to know you're going to win, and then when you finally do, it's sort of a thing. But how can I say this? She'd been working on her English. She needs to convey what this meant, what this victory mean. They need the commentary need to talk about why it's so important that she did win it. Because I'm be honest with you, Toni Storm shouldn't have lost this belt. And I don't think she should lose it if she kept it. I don't think she should lose it at Wembley. You know, I truly do think this. You look at the caliber and quality of Toni Storm. If you don't have a female that can match it, then you don't have a female that can beat her. That's how I view that. What about you, Cedra?
Toni Storm, when she first got him, okay, she's doing pretty good. I never thought she was good enough to have the title. And honestly, I don't think she would have won it if Hayter wasn't hurt.
True.
Hayter getting hurt just changed the whole landscape. She got it, but nothing she has done and nothing she's been doing says championship caliber. It's like, after you've had a steak and then somebody brings you a cut up $3, hot dog that's shriveled and pink from the grocery store, you don't want it. I mean, I don't give one damn about the AEW women's division. All I care about is the Ring of Honor women's division.
Yeah. I see this. And I think others should kind of think about it too. But I'm going to just go on how I feel right now. If they put within Sheeta's first 5 title defenses, if they put Willow up against her, that to me shows how fake that belt is. Because they're not going to let Willow beat her for that belt.
And Willow should be able to beat her all day, every day.
And
with her eyes closed.
We don't base this off of Willow's last performance.
I base it on all of Willow's performances before she even got to this company. Willow is legit. She can wrestle.
Yep.
Don't let the blonde hair flopping around folks fool you into thinking that that's wrestling. That's not it. Willow can wrestle. She is a women's wrestler.
When I hear what you're saying, but honestly, Toni Storm is in that area too.
She got to show me.
She does, but How can she show you how great she is when they keep throwing her against people that are still green in how they do things?
She didn't show me when she didn't show it when she got beat by Jamie Hayter. I didn't see it then.
Jamie couldn't even perform at 50%. Jamie could barely perform in that match. You got Toni Storm is good. She's good.
Here's my thing then. Tony Khan don't know wrestling from a hole in the wall, okay? And we already know he's like, hey, y'all get in there and figure it out. So why wouldn't, if Toni Storm is so good and Jamie Hayter's so good, why couldn't they come together and do something good? I know you don't know the answer, but do you see what I'm saying?
You said Tony and Jamie?
Yeah.
Because Jamie was hurt.
No. Didn't Jamie Hayter take it off Tony? And Tony was gone because her face was all messed up?
I think so.
Yeah, so how come then? Why couldn't Tony and Jamie get together and be like, you know what? We're going to show them how it's done. It's got to be left up to them. Who's going to do it? Tony? No.
I see what you mean.
But they haven't. They have not.
I see what you mean.
And Tony's got the championship. She finally got it back because Jamie Hayter's hurt. And she has not put in one high caliber performance. Not shown us one thing to be like, you know what? She deserved that. All she's done is cut a great promo during the scrum based on what you said. I didn't go back and look at it. But when she's talking during the show.
Not for lack of effort on my part.
I know that. But when she goes, I believe you. I believe what you're saying. But you look, when you go to listen to her on the things, I don't believe her. Okay. She needs to put her head together with Soho and be like, hey, how do I deliver a very cutting promo like you can? Because Soho's pretty good at it. Especially now that she's a baddie.
Yeah.
They have not shown it. As opposed to Athena, who goes out there and she is a heel.
She's the same every night.
Every night she goes out there and shows you the same caliber of evil and the same caliber of this is why I hold the championship.
I think she's so adorable when she's doing a lot of stuff.
How you gonna question it? How you gonna question it? All by her lonesome. By herself. Ain't nobody got her back. Ain't nobody got to cheat for her.
People run in to save others from her.
Hard hitting. It looks like you shouldn't get up. Nothing.
How many people win on the elbow strike?
She laid that woman out and it looked legit. Tony has done nothing to show that she should be the champion.
Okay. Good argument. What do you all think? What do y'all think? About the AEW women's division and whatnot. Toni Storm, even though she's not there, Hayter, Chris Statlander, Ruby Soho,
Chris Statlander,
Shida Hikaru.
Oh my goodness. I could talk for 30 minutes on Chris Statlander.
So, I might have to put that to the test. I don't know. But, yeah, what do y'all think about the women in the women's division? Who's your favorite? Who's not? Who do you think should come there? Who do you think should leave? What are your thoughts? Let us know. So, with that, we're going to conclude this one. This has been Cedric and Cedric for CR Wrestling Commentary on AEW Dynamite. Y'all be good, be chill, be safe, and we'll see you next time.